justice and peace and equality. Now the world
Game
will
Changers
see.
Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. Today we have Councilwoman at Large for the City of McDonough, Ms. Vanessa Thomas. How are you doing today, Ms. Thomas?
Doing well. How are you this morning, today, Andriel?
I am good.
Great.
We're in the process of early election, last day of early voting. You served on the council for the past 4 years. Tell us who is Vanessa Thomas and tell us some of the great things you accomplished over the last 4 years in your tenure.
Okay. Vanessa Thomas is a voice for the people. That is who I am. I feel that I have a calling on my life to be that voice, to speak for the people and to speak up regarding right or wrong, really. So the things that we've done within the past 4 years, we have allocated funding, $1.5 million for our residents to be able to have home repairs. You have to live in your home have to be the homeowner, and you have to live in that home for at least 5 years after the repairs are made. And then it'd be in the form of a grant that, you will not have to pay anything back.
Okay.
We've also, we've really within these past 4 years, we've done a lot.
Okay.
We've done, we have increased our minimum wage for our staff to $18 an hour.
Okay.
And that's a good thing compared to what the federal minimum wage is.
Okay.
Yes, and we've also we've approved to have a Avalon Parkway, a police precinct on Avalon Parkway,
Mm-hmm.
which will be coming up next year.
Okay.
We have paved roads and streets and put in street lights. We have reinitiated our youth council,
Okay.
our McDonough Youth Council, and we've had job fairs, a couple of job fairs since within the past 4 years.
Okay.
We've had numerous events, such as we initiated the hot chocolate social, which was a huge success last year.
Right.
We're going to have that again this year.
Okay.
The Christmas parade. Tonight we're having the trick or treat for the children from 3 to 5 at the square.
Okay.
And we're also having it's called a Monster Mash tonight as well, and that will be at Alexander Park West from 5 until 9.
Awesome. Now let me ask you this. One of the most important things that I feel people are in the city of McDonough are really have on their mind is growth, maintaining a small town feel while embracing growth. How have you partnered with Mayor Sandra Vincent and the council? How have you guys worked to target that and make sure that the city of McDonough is moving in the right direction?
Well, my motto is smart growth. And I feel that we need to get our infrastructure in place before we can start doing a lot of building. The buildings that you're seeing right now oftentimes are not within city limits, they are in the county. So the new growth that you're seeing in most instances is from the county.
Okay.
But I believe in smart growth. I believe that we need to get our infrastructure in place before we continue on with the development.
Okay. Now you were challenged. I remember you spoke up at the town hall meeting. Councilman Scott Reeves talked about the mega development that I guess in a pretense of false information that the council or mayor had agreed to start on a development that had not been approved. What made you stand up and say that's not true? And you said, hey, I gotta speak for the people today. I gotta embrace the truth. What made you say that?
Well, what made me stand out is the fact that our councilman Scott Reeves pretty much called me out, saying that I was in part of that meeting with the developers.
Okay.
And quite naturally, people are going to wonder, okay, well, she's part of it, so to speak.
Right.
But although I was in that meeting, I stood up and I told the developers, I said, look, our people don't want it. We need to put the brakes on this.
Right.
And so I want to let our people know that, yes, although I was in that meeting, this is what I said.
Okay.
I spoke up for the people to let the developers know that it's not wanted. That subdivision, that development is not wanted in our city.
Okay.
The people do not want it.
what's your vision for the city of McDonough moving forward? I know the mayor has a vision of McDonough forward, and recently the council was kind of targeted, saying that, man, you guys weren't working together, you guys weren't sticking together. What's your vision incorporated with the council to move McDonough forward? What does that look like for you?
Well, as I said, my vision is smart growth. I mean, really, and my vision is all about the people. I see us having more job fairs for our residents.
Okay.
I would love to see us having youth employment programs for our youth.
Okay.
Like we currently have the the youth council right now.
Okay.
I would love to see more homes, more affordable homes, homes that our people can afford to live in, and not just being put up, and not just putting houses up just because, so that the developer can make a profit.
Right.
I don't like to see things like that.
Now, let me ask you this with affordable homes, because sometimes the term affordable homes can be taken into two contexts, and that could mean we're bringing in a certain demographic that seems like it's getting a lot of pushback in Henry County, especially from Republican-based voters. They're saying, hey, when you say affordable homes, they're saying, well, this is going to bring in a different demographic of crime for like Section 8, vouchers and things of that nature. So can you define what affordable homes look like?
Yes, to me, affordable homes is not necessarily Section 8.
Okay.
To me, it's just, based on income. Based on your income, to me, is what affordable housing should look like.
Right.
A person could be working, and let me give an example, our school teachers.
Okay.
And our police officers. I mean, these are people out there in the community that are working.
Right.
But they may not be making enough money to be able to afford a brand new $500,000 or so home.
Okay.
So that's how I look at it as far as affordable homes, making it affordable where our residents, such as our school teachers, our police officers, fire department, those type employees can be able to purchase a home.
Now, what does it look like for you when we talk about, I know City of McDonough put together a prominent health and wellness plan, a new workout facility, almost like outdoors at Avalon Park. You guys are working with Connecting Henry, and there was some miscommunication that Connecting Henry has $300,000 allocated for the entire county. Can you clear that up and tell us what all that was about on social media?
Yes. Now, last year, the mayor and council, we approved $300,000 worth of funding through our ARPA funds.
Okay.
To go to Connecting Henry.
Okay.
Now, we did put some stipulations on it. We indicated that it was only for City of McDonough residents.
Okay.
And to my understanding, that you have not only a resident of the City of McDonough, but you have to live here for at least 6 months.
Wow.
And then there's also some other criteria, that goes along with it as well.
Okay.
So we did approve $300,000, but that was last year. So I really don't know how much funding is still available.
Okay.
But it's only for City of McDonough residents and not for Henry County as a whole.
Okay. And what now? Why should we vote to re-elect Vanessa Thomas for a city council mayor at large? Why should we give you another 4 years?
Okay. Well, you should give me another 4 years, because I will speak up. I will be that voice if I feel something is not right. And I'm giving an example. We have developers that that maybe 20 years ago something was approved.
Okay.
And things happen differently. I mean, we're living in 2025 right now.
Right.
So for them to come up to us and say, okay, we're ready now to build. And we're saying, what? We didn't know that this was approved some 20 years ago.
Okay.
So therefore, we have initiated where, the developer, once they come to us and want to develop something, you've got to make it happen within a 6 to 12 month period.
Yes.
And if you don't, then you have to come back to mayor and council and asking us for an extension.
Right.
So that we can know what's going on in our city and what's going up in our city.
Okay.
So that's one thing. I definitely want to make sure that we're doing things properly, decently, and in order.
Gotcha.
Another thing that I feel that you should vote me in office, because like I said, I will be that voice and I will speak up, and I get along with all of our council members.
Okay.
You know, we all collaborate and talk to each other, and you know, we try to move. Well, we do move things forward.
Okay.
And that's what we want to continue to do, is move things forward, and to have an environment where our residents can be proud of the city that they live in.
Now, let me ask you this. We talked about some things, and there were rumors and allegations online where your opponent was referring to you as your homeowner association president versus you being the councilwoman at large. How did you turn that narrative with your community so that they would look at you in a different light by saying, hey, no, not only is she our homeowner president, but she's on our homeowner board. I don't know if you're the president or on the board, but you're also representing our councilwoman, and you've completed numerous tasks over the past 4 years. What was your response to that?
Well, one thing I do want to say that it's all about community service, and it's all about stepping out and helping out.
Okay.
Now, my opponent, she lives in my subdivision. Okay. But she has yet to volunteer, to do anything for the board. She doesn't attend any functions that we have for HOA. Okay. So that's one thing. Okay. And we need more people to be able to step up, to be able to help, you know, with our board. Okay. Now, because we didn't have anyone to step up, of course, I'm gonna, you know, the type of person that I am, and the people that, you know, that I love to be around and to talk to. Okay. I'm definitely going to stand up, you know, and be a part of the board and volunteer. Right. So, and one thing that, you know, that I'd like the people to know is that the board, every HOA board is there to enforce covenants. Gotcha. You know, we're not there to fine people or any of that stuff. You know, we just want to make sure that the covenants that you should be aware of as a homeowner, correct, that we are enforcing and making sure that, you know, that it's being done. Okay. It's a good thing for us to have an HOA. Yes. Because if not, you know, your subdivision will be all over the place. You know, you won't have people, you know, maintaining their lawns and people doing what they want to do. Okay. So that is the reason why we have an HOA. And people say that they don't like being in the HOA or they don't like an HOA. Mm-hmm. Here's one thing that I'd like to bring to the viewers' attention. Okay. Is that when you purchase a home, you know that it's in an HOA. Mm-hmm. Or you don't have that choice. You don't have to purchase a home that has an HOA if you don't want an HOA or you don't like HOAs. Right. So, but when you do purchase at home, you know, you are signing up saying that, yes, I will abide by the covenants, and I will uphold, you know, being a homeowner within that HOA. Gotcha. Okay. You guys get the message. Game Changers Media Network. We're right here with Councilwoman Vanessa Thomas, City of McDonough. Now, before we go, where can we find more information about your platform online? Well, how can they learn? November 4th is Tuesday. That's right. What is your expectation for the voters between today and Election Day? What's your expectation? How can they find you online and learn more about your platform? Yes. Okay. Remember that early voting ends today, which is Friday, October the 31st. Okay. And the Election Day is on Tuesday, November the 4th. Okay. I ask that you vote to re-elect Vanessa Thomas for council member at large. Okay. You can reach me on my website, which is reelectvanessathomas.com. Mm-hmm. I also have a Facebook page, which is Vote 4 Vanessa W. Thomas. Okay. And you can also reach me by way of email, which is reelectvanessathomas@gmail.com. Councilwoman Thomas, we want to thank you for taking the time out to coming on our show, sharing your vision, sharing your partnership with the mayor and the city of McDonough, and all the great things you guys are doing on the council. Now, I want to ask you something before you go. I know I asked you where could we follow you at, but what happened to the council during this election cycle? It seemed as if it just dismantled all of a sudden, like right before the election. What happened, and how, and moving forward, what are you encouraging council members to do to stand together? Well, the only thing I can't read anyone's mind as to really what happened. Okay. But, I feel that it probably started when Cam Varner decided to run for mayor. Okay. She vacated her seat as council member. Okay. And decided to run for mayor. Okay. And I think things seem to have gone, for lack of a better word, downhill from there.
Okay.
That's what I think has happened. But now I myself have tried to remain neutral and to to still continue on with talking to everyone, really.
Okay.
And not really taking sides.
Okay.
So now although I did endorse the mayor, I still have conversations with Cam,
Okay.
and I don't have anything against her.
Okay.
But and I feel that in the future, whoever wins, that we can continue to work together.
Okay.
And to help make McDonough better.
Now, it was another seat open when Councilwoman Varner gave up her seat, and people are saying they don't feel like the community was well informed, and we now have a new guy running uncontested by the name of Blue. Tell us what happened behind that, and like why, what happened.
I don't know what happened, but all I know is that is that qualification was advertised, and was advertised appropriately, the way it should have been advertised.
Okay.
And of which I think it gave 5 days maybe for a candidate to come forward.
Okay.
And no one did until the last hour, so to speak.
Okay.
So
how was he informed that it was a position open?
He just knew about it, knew that it was that position was available.
Okay.
And that no one had put their hat in to qualify.
Wow.
So one thing that I would like to inform our viewers is that, please, just check our media. If you feel that something is going on or something is going to happen, just check the media so that you can find out for yourself, when qualification is, or when things like that is going to take place.
Okay. Do you feel like the city is doing a great job communicating with the public, or are there better ways we can improve communication from government to the people?
Well, I really think that we have a good form of communication. We have our marketing department, and they send out. We've got a newsletter.
Okay.
The newsletter is online as well as in printed form.
Okay.
So we have access to that. Our viewers have access to that.
Okay, right. Okay. All right. Well, Councilwoman, we want to thank you for taking the time out for coming on our show. We wish you luck in all your endeavors and moving forward, representing council at large for the city of McDonough. You guys, make sure you get out to vote. November 4th is election day. Local votes matter. Local votes are important. We know what's happening on the government level. We're praying for those who are being affected by the government shutdown,
yes.
Those who are furloughed, those who are suffering from SNAP and food benefits. We just send a prayer for those people that this too shall pass, and we shall move forward together as a country of sovereignty and solitude, and together we stand. Thank you guys for tuning in. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. I again reiterate that, where change starts with conversation. Thank you, Councilwoman, for coming in.
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you, and thank everyone for your vote.
For justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see. That's